Hi, I'm Me. Today I would like to have a chat with you or about something I think is really important lately. And by the way, teach you guys some very useful Chinese words. And I hope all of you can join the discussion with me as well. So the big news is the US just passed a law that could change how our money works. Not some niche crypto drama. I'm talking about payments, savings, global trade, everything. So if we ignore it now, maybe we could miss the next $1 trillion wave. It's called Genius Act, 天才法案, Genius Act. It sounds flashy, but it's serious business. This is the US government's first full move to take control of stablecoins. Stablecoins, 稳定币. So no more gray zones, no more maybe, just the real rules, real power shifts. So if you have ever wondered, like me, how does a stablecoin even become legal? So in this episode, let's break it down. A stablecoin, 稳定币, is a digital token whose price is pegged to something stable, like US dollar. One token equals to $1. That's the promise. And that's only possible if it's backed by real safe money. So think cash, short-term US bonds, or reserves, 储备金 reserves at Fed. This requirement is clearly stated in the Genius Act summary published by the US House Financial Services Committee in July 2025. You cannot just code one up anymore. So under the Genius Act, 天才法案 Genius Act, only licensed stablecoin issuers called PPSI can legally issue stablecoins in the US. And to become PPSI, you must get approved by the Federal Reserve or a certified state agency. And you need to hold 100% reserve in safe liquid assets. And publish monthly reports and undergo independent audits. And at the same time, have your CEO and CFO personally sign off under penalty of law. So what will happen if it's not in compliance? Easy, your stablecoin is illegal. You cannot list it, cannot use it in financial institutions, and might get shut down. Coins like USDC are already structured to comply, but others like Tether, USDT, could be in serious trouble if they don't adapt. If you want to see which companies could win big or get crushed under this new law, that's coming in the next episode. So hit the subscribe and leave a comment and tell me, do you trust the stablecoins yet? See you next time. Bye. What if I told you one of the world's most popular stablecoins, 稳定币 stablecoins, might actually be illegal, 不合规 illegal. Yep, billions of dollars used across exchanges, DeFi everywhere, but under the new US law, it might not even be allowed to exist. We are talking about Tether, the beast, the big guy, USDT. But here is the catch. Tether doesn't follow the Genius rule book, and that could cost them everything. So, what's wrong with Tether? Under the Genius Act, 天才法案, to be legal, a stablecoin has to be backed 100% by safe real assets and publish clear reports every month and get independent audit and be approved by the US government. And Tether, they say they have reserves, 储备金, but no full audits, no monthly breakdowns, and sometimes they're backing just vague stuff. In fact, Tether has not registered with US regulators, and the Treasury's recent guidance warns of risks from such unregulated issuers. So why does it matter? Because trust is everything. If no one knows what's backing your coin, you are basically printing internet magic, 空气币. And let's be real, the Genius Act is not here to play. It wants to clean out the 灰色地带, gray zone, 灰色地带, the gray zone. Tether could be next on the chopping block. So here is the deal. It doesn't matter how big you are. If you are 不合规, that means non-compliant, you are out. So Genius Act is drawing a hot line. Only transparent, honest players can stay in the game. So do you still trust the Tether? Or do you think it's time to move on? Drop your thoughts below and hit that follow button to follow my channel. Next up, we break down Circle, the golden boy of compliance. Do you know who is winning the stablecoin game right now? Stablecoin 稳定币. It's not who shouts the loudest. It's the one who quietly checks every box. The rule follower, the one Wall Street trusts, the teacher's pet of the Genius Act. Genius Act, 天才法案. Yes, we are talking about Circle. While others were playing fast and loose, Circle built their coin USDC, likely were prepping for the government inspection. And guess what? Now that the Genius Act is here, the Circle already one step ahead. So what makes Circle so special? Here is why Circle is the 合规 king, 合规 compliance. Because 100% 储备资产, reserve assets, are real, safe, and public. Monthly 审计报告, audit reports, every month. And wallet addresses, public, and auditors from the Big Four. So Circle's monthly disclosures are publicly available, and their transparency was praised during the 2024 congressional hearing. No secrets, no drama, just receipts. So why does this matter? Because regulators don't trust vibes. They trust spreadsheets. Circle didn't just ask for trust, they earned it. And now, big banks are teaming up with them. BlackRock, Visa, even the US Treasury is watching closely. In a world where rules finally matter, the quiet kid who study hard wins. Circle didn't gamble for freedom. They bet on compliance, 合规 compliance, and it paid off. So do you think other stable coins can catch up to Circle, or is the race already over? Drop your thoughts and hit that follow button to follow my channel, because next time we are diving into who is next on the legal list. So Circle made the cut, but what about everyone else? Can your bank issue a stable coin? Or your favorite app? Or maybe your grandma's saving co-op? The Genius Act, 天才法案, draws a line, and only a few will get past it. The Genius Act doesn't shut the door for everyone, but it does set a high bar. To get legal 发行资格, that means issuer's qualification, you need more than code and dreams. You need licenses, experience, and real 监管批准, that means regulatory approval. So, who has a shot? Let's break it down. Here is who might make the legal list. According to the Genius Act, both federal and state-chartered institutions are eligible to apply SPPSIS. Big 金融机构, that means traditional financial institutions bank, like JP Morgan's, they are already experimenting. licensed fintechs with great compliance records. Think PayPal or Stripe, who already have regulators on speed dial. And new players backed by trusted partners. If you are new but partnered with the giant, you have got a shot. And who is likely out? Okay, anonymous debt teams, DAOs with no edges? Sorry, not happening. The Genius Act wants people it can regulate, so no face equals to no license. So what do you think? Should only big institutions get to issue stablecoins, or should startups still have a chance? Drop your opinion, and don't forget, next time we will talk about how to prove the reserves are real. Let's ask the big questions. What if stablecoins, 稳定币, aren't just a new tool, but the beginning of a whole new monetary order? 货币秩序. A system where dollars no longer live in banks, but on the blockchain, 区块链, blockchain. A system where governments don't fully control the money anymore. This is a sci-fi. This is on-trend USD, 链上美元, already live. Think USDC, PayPal USD, JPM coin. They are creating a parallel financial layer. And it's growing fast, too fast to ignore. Imagine if your salary, rent, taxes were all paid in stable coins. No banks, no delays, just a smart contract and a wallet address. Wow, that's disintermediation, 去中介化, in action. A system without middlemen. And why governments are nervous? Because it shifts power from central banks to code, from nations to networks. And that's scary for the old system. The Genius Act is not just a regulation, it's a containment field to make sure the on-trend USD 链上美元 grows but under control. It's the US saying, if this is the future, we will lead it. Stablecoins aren't the end of the story. They are just chapter 1. And the real plot? A reshaped monetary order, 货币秩序, where speed, transparency, and decentralization win. I think we are not just watching history, we are standing in it. So do you think stablecoins will become the real money of the future, or is this just another crypto dream? Comment below. And if you have made it into this episode, you are now smarter than 99.9% of the internet.